Hello and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below or jumped onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com and found the calculations there and concluded you are a power year number 6, you're at the right place. Hiya, sixes. It's May 2021, and sixes, you only have to calculate your power year number once for the entire year of 2021. Your monthly numbers change, and that's where I come in. So, sixes, you are in the month of 11 over 2 or the month of 2. Now, the thing is that when the numbers work out this way and it's 11 over 2, 11 is a power number. So at certain points, you don't have to know this, I'm just explaining. At certain points, you cannot reduce a power number. This is one of those points. And when that 11 creeps up, it takes whatever predictions are in a number 2 reading and it doubly intensifies them. So that means anything great that happens to you this month in May is doubled, and anything lousy that comes to you can be doubled as well. Or you feel it double because you're very sensitive this month. So in one way, shape, or form, it just rubs you more intensely. You're ultra sensitive for this month of May. Okay, sixes, so we're going to start out with business, then we're going to move to romance, and then we're going to move to any area in your life at all that you'd like an answer for. So, I've shuffled the cards, and I do want to remind you about what the numbers mean. So while I choose the cards for you, sixes, why don't I review what these numbers mean for you? So 6 is the most romantic year of your cycle. And it's about committing, maybe getting married, maybe breaking up because you realize that the person that you're with isn't the right one. So there's a lot of that going on. And 6 is also about decor, relocating, refurbishing your home. It's about taking care of people, so that you might find that you're constantly challenged or not challenged. I don't know. It depends on how you perceive the situation. But you might find that people need your help, that you need to stop by your parents more often, or maybe one of your children is getting sick more often. But it's a nurturing, and it can be emotional nurturing as well as physical nurturing. Another thing about 6 is that it's about responsibility, and have you been giving too much, or have you not been pulling your weight? So this year you are constantly put in a position where perhaps you have to say no. You have to learn to create boundaries, that you can't do it all. Now, the month of 11 over 2, technically 2, the month of 2, is about being a peacemaker, or being put in challenges where you must work with others or create a sense of peace amongst the troops. Or you yourself have to learn to eat your words, or eat what you want to say, to keep peace in the valley, so to speak. 2 is also it's not the most romantic month, but it's also a time where you might get pregnant. You might, again, commit to a relationship or decide it's not the right relationship for you. So it's going to be interesting to see the thrust of relationship news that happens for you, sixes. Now, when I'm looking at your business cards, particularly those of you who have a job, so for sixes who are working, I've got a rough month here for you. It's probably the roughest I've ever seen in a reading such as what I'm doing now. For general readings, that we're doing for this video, so to speak. Um, it's a rough one, and I have here that, well, I have the separation card or the bad, lousy contract card. So either you've already been laid off or let go, or you're heading towards that way, or your contract is ending, or the contract had things in it that just aren't working out for you. Because then you go to the Tower card. Now the Tower card it's a rough card. It does indicate things can be rebuilt. Of course they can. You're not going to roll over, pause up on this. You're going to face it, and you're going to take whatever life throws at you, and you're going to figure it out, because your next card is the Star card, and it's you facing a lot of situations that you find unsavory and unpleasant. But in this particular card, you have the faith that, no, I'm going to take it on the chin, and I'm going to see it through, and I'm going to see what can I do about it, how can I improve it, what can I do to make it better. So you're fighting through whatever this destruction is going on. And somebody may have also given you bad advice, or said just the wrong thing, and you followed it, or you took it to someone and reported it or whatever, and it might cause, an issue for a while, but that you're like, well, I had to make a decision one way or another, and I had to do what I thought was right in the workplace and protect myself or protect someone else who didn't deserve it. And it's really causing quite the upheaval, but I know I did the right thing, or I did a good job. And so that's what you've got going on for the month of May. That for some of you at the workplace, you're put into a crummy position. Now, for those of you sixes who are looking for work, I feel like you've had an offer, or you've had a good response from someone, or you're waiting. You're waiting for a situation to finally come to fruition to move forward with. Now, with this COVID and the pandemic going on, by all means, someone could have said, well, we're all coming back into the office at such and such a date. No, we're not. We're postponing. And that might be that you have the type of job where you really do have to be back in the office. So maybe you've been collecting unemployment and it's run out. Or maybe it's only part-time until a certain point, and it keeps getting postponed, but it is coming. It is coming. So the offer, perhaps, of a job that maybe you put something in for, it is going to start circling and coming back to you. There still is a time of limbo, or a time where you say, I'm not going yet. I don't feel right yet. I'm not going yet. So these are my, demands and boundaries. And I have to be responsible for, there's that month of 11/2. I have to be responsible for the people at home. I can't risk, my parents getting COVID, or what have you, or maybe you yourself have a lung issue or an underlying issue, and you're like, I just can't. I can't. But coming into fruition is that you are going to be approached by a situation or someone in the business world that's going to kind of sweep you off your feet and take you on your way and work with you and move forward with you. So things are going to come around. You're going to see some progress in this month of May as far as looking for a position. All right, let's put these cards back and let's go to love. Now, love is going to be interesting because, of course, as we said, you're in the most romantic year and one of your most romantic months with ultra sensitivity wrapped around it. So let's take a look for our Power Year 6s. What in tarnation is going on? What are we looking at here? Okay, we're shuffling, we're shuffling. Now, sixes. Any words that are spoken during this reading are for you. This is a general reading. It's for many people at the same time. And so if you want it more specific for me to address your situation more specifically, you'd have to go to my website and send me an email and tell me what's going on and give me your information. But for now, all words are for you. Even if I'm reading like right now for romance and it actually suits your workplace dilemma more, all words are for you. Take them, run, use them, my friends. And I'm pulling out for relationships now. Okay. Now, again, those of you looking for love seem to have a nicer read than those of you who are in a relationship. The interrelationship situation here is like, I just feel like you're over it, sixes. You're over whatever the dispute has been, whatever the can't see eye to eye has been, whatever the holdup has been in your own life, perhaps because you've been protecting someone else, or they've been protecting you, or they haven't been telling you the truth about something because they didn't want you to overreact. Whatever it is, it comes to a head, and I have you leaving the place of security. I have you walking away from it. The place of security is your home or your steady relationship, and I have you voluntarily saying, enough. Or maybe it's just you moving out and wanting to be on your own, or maybe it's you moving out of your home and wanting to move in with a loved one, and you haven't wanted to do it because your family is like, no, 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 we don't do that unless we're married or engaged or you have a commitment, or we don't do it at all. It could be, along those lines, but you leave a place of security voluntarily because you are just ready for a change. You are ready to stick your neck out, to take a risk of some kind. Maybe you're telling someone, I want to see other people, or let's cool it for a while. It's done. It's happening. It's here. And I get the impression, sixes, on a bit of a lighter note, I get the impression that this is something that's been in the works. Certainly, of course, it could spontaneously happen for some of you sixes out there during this month of May. And it may not be as big of a deal as it's coming across, because I don't always say this, but I think it's wise for me to inform you that things have to come across big to hit me in the head so that I see them as a reader. So this could be a glitch over a couple of days that, you have a fight and you break up for a couple of days and then you get back together. But I'm not getting all of that information. I'm getting that you've had it with something and you're ready to just move on alone in some particular situation. Now, for those of you sixes who are looking for a relationship, I have a reunion here or a surprise appearance from someone. It can be a second chance at love card, or it can be a second chance with the same person at love card. So someone can return. Now, what's a little different about the position of the cards for you sixes is that you've got this second chance at love, and then you've got you backed into a corner and kind of not knowing what to do about it. Now, does this mean that potentially you're in one relationship and somebody else shows up out of nowhere? Yeah, it can mean that. Ultimately, I have the very, very serious, wonderful relationship card. So you all know your own situations right now. And you know that maybe if you're with nobody right now, yes, somebody might surprise you, whereas, you thought internet dating was dead in the water and somebody shows up. that that really you take a fancy to, and maybe you're bored and backed into a corner because you can't get together as much as you'd like to. There's all these rules and regulations and so on and so on and so on. And then when you finally do get it together, it really works out, or you get back together again, and you're this serious relationship card. So I don't know all of your situations, but whether this person that brings the second chance is someone you know, or whether it's someone new, but it brings you back to a place where you feel, oh my God, excited again. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Maybe I finally met someone. Maybe I finally met someone who is right for me, but it's just dragging out. But you do end up with the best relationship card in my deck, the serious relationship card. So that looks really, really good. Now, sixes, are you thinking to yourself right now, hey, I'm leaving a relationship, or I want a new relationship, and could the other part of the reading be part B? Could it mean that someone's going to come back, like I had a breakup, but they're going to come back and we're going to get back together again and everything's going to be great? Yes. All words are for you, sixes. I divide things up to try to make things more specific and makes them more interesting. All words are for you. Now let's take a look at any question that you have, sixes, and you can ask again about relationship, you can ask about job, you can ask about health, finance, you can ask about a relationship with somebody else, maybe a friend, maybe you're wondering why your friend is acting funny. I would suggest to you now, and even if we were doing a private reading, is that I don't do yes or no. And I don't think most readers do, but I don't do yes or no because things change too much. They change too much on a dime. Somebody changes their mind in your life and they don't go to the grocery store, and it just ripples and changes a lot of different things in a lot of different people's lives, even strangers' lives. And I don't feel right with a yes or no because there is nothing ingrained in stone. We're doing 6 months to a year right now when I'm doing a private reading. For you, we're only doing a month right now. We're only doing May. So open-ended answer, guys. Open-ended answer. Is there, how does it look for me getting a promotion at work? Is it a possibility that this month will give something like that, an opportunity like that? I don't know if I've just confused you more or not. Let's take a look at these cards, and man alive. Wow. Okay. So we've got a place of victory. I just feel like you're being revisited by something this month, sixes. I just feel like in some way, shape, or form, you get complimented in some way, whether it's a new job or a promotion or somebody that you'd like to ask you out or somebody that you'd like to get back together, or a house fell through, or you found the house and then the house falls through and then it comes back to you, or you find a better one. A few days later comes on the market. But that's what I have. I have that things are going really well. Then all of a sudden you make some kind of an about face and you decide, nope, I want to let something go because I want to continue in a different direction with someone else, with a different company, with a different job. I don't want to juggle two people anymore and see two people anymore. I want to narrow it down to one. You could have gotten a promotion in one town and ask for a transfer, and they say, well, you can transfer, to a different office, but we can't guarantee you're going to get this same position. You're going to have to take what's available in that office near you and wait and see if the promotion comes around again. And yes, it will. Um, that's what I have. It's something about receiving, then letting it go and walking away, but still having. So I'm not quite sure how this fits into your life or how it answers any questions, but it seems very exciting and very positive for you, sixes. It's just there seems to be maybe a little drama in your month this month because of that 11. Okay, sixes, thank you for joining Gemma's Window, and I look forward to seeing you next month when you're in the month of 3. That should be some fun. We'll see. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please jump onto my website if you'd like to know more about me or contact me or set up a private reading. It's gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And, oh, I said this already, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. Okay, sixes, see you next time. Bye for now.